From the muddy trenches of World War I to today's advanced drones, stealth fighters, and cyber warfare units, U.S. military technology has continuously evolved to stay ahead of every threat. This is a story of relentless innovation, of engineers, scientists, and strategists working behind the scenes to make sure America not only defends itself, but also defines the future of warfare. We'll take you on a detailed journey through the key breakthroughs in U.S. military technology, decade by decade, from the early 20th century to the cutting-edge systems shaping global defense today. Our story begins in the early 1900s, a time when global conflict would spark a race for military advancement. In World War I, the U.S. entered a battlefield forever changed by machines. Trench warfare was brutal, and survival depended on firepower and speed. America deployed innovations such as the Renault FT tank, one of the first tanks with a fully rotating turret, and the SPA-DSXI-II fighter plane, which gave pilots better speed and agility. Machine guns transformed how battles were fought, and chemical warfare introduced a terrifying new threat. These were crude beginnings, but they laid the foundation for a new kind of combat, mechanized, industrial, and relentless. After World War I, the U.S. didn't stand still. The interwar years became a crucible of research and development, laying the groundwork for a seismic shift in military power. And that shift came in World War II. Perhaps the most defining moment was the Manhattan Project, a secret program that birthed the nuclear bomb. Scientists like J. Robert Oppenheimer transformed theoretical physics into a force that could end cities. Hiroshima and Nagasaki were forever scarred, and the world entered the atomic age. Meanwhile, radar technology gave nations eyes beyond the horizon. Jet propulsion began pushing aircraft past traditional limits. The US P-51 Mustang became a symbol of air superiority, while stealth and speed gained prominence. The war accelerated not just victory, but transformation. World War II may have ended, but a new kind of war was just beginning. A silent one fought with satellites, submarine-launched ballistic missiles, SLBMs created a nuclear deterrent, forming the backbone of U.S. strategic defense. The Cold War wasn't marked by direct combat, but by constant readiness. Technology became the ultimate deterrent. The U.S. developed ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, and nuclear submarines that could disappear beneath the ocean for months. With the launch of Sputnik in 1957, the U.S. felt a jolt. The result? NASA and the space race. But this wasn't just about going to the moon. It was about supremacy in orbit. Reconnaissance satellites like the Corona program allowed the U.S. to peer behind the Iron Curtain from space, reshaping intelligence gathering forever. Aircraft like the B-52 Stratofortress patrolled skies as constant reminders of power. The Cold War boiled over in the jungles of Vietnam, and with it came a new set of military challenges. Unlike traditional warfare, Vietnam was asymmetrical and unpredictable. Helicopters became lifelines. The Bell UH-1 Huey changed everything, transporting troops, rescuing the wounded, and launching attacks in terrain too dense for tanks. The war also marked the early days of electronic warfare. Intercepting enemy communications and jamming radar became crucial. And with innovation came controversy. Chemicals like Agent Orange redefined how landscapes were weaponized. Vietnam highlighted the challenges in terrain and supply logistics, and adapting to the battlefield real-time is critical. After Vietnam, America went back to the drawing board. The 1980s ushered in a technological renaissance often called Reagan's Revolution. The military focused on precision, stealth, and strategic deterrence. The F-117 Nighthawk stealth fighter turned radar invisibility from science fiction into battlefield reality. Laser-guided bombs allowed for pinpoint accuracy, reducing collateral damage and increasing effectiveness. The Strategic Defense Initiative, dubbed Star Wars by critics, imagined space-based missile shields. Though never fully realized, it sparked serious research into advanced missile defense. Submarines became quieter and deadlier, giving the U.S. unmatched underwater capabilities. In 1991, Operation Desert Storm became a global demonstration of American military technology. For the first time, the world saw real-time satellite imagery, laser-guided missiles, and stealth bombers working in perfect coordination. Commanders had access to live data, enabling strategic decisions at lightning speed. This was the dawn of network-centric warfare, where sensors, satellites, and software formed the digital spine of military operations. The Gulf War wasn't just one with boots on the ground, it was one with intelligence in the sky and precision in the strike. The world took notice. Warfare had entered the information age. Everything changed on September 11th, 2001. Suddenly, the US military was tasked with fighting shadowy enemies across the globe. And to do it, they turned to technology. Drones like the MQ-1 Predator and MQ-9 Reaper became symbols of modern warfare, silent, remote, and lethal. Pilots flew missions from thousands of miles away, and high-resolution cameras scanned landscapes from the sky. Cyber warfare also emerged. Battles weren't just fought with bullets, but with bytes. The US developed capabilities to disrupt enemy networks, shut down infrastructure, and protect its own digital backbone. Meanwhile, the F-22 and F-35 fighters blurred the line between aircraft and computers, equipped with advanced sensors and seamless connectivity. Special forces use wearable tech, encrypted comms, and guided munitions. So what's next? The future of US military tech is already unfolding in labs and on classified test ranges. Artificial intelligence is reshaping strategy, from autonomous drones making decisions in real time to AI-driven simulations that train soldiers in virtual environments. Machines are becoming teammates, not just tools. Hypersonic weapons, traveling at over 5 times the speed of sound, are redefining speed and power. Traditional missile defenses can't keep up, and a new arms race is brewing. Quantum computing may soon unlock unbreakable encryption and real-time data analysis. Autonomous submarines, robotic soldiers, and high-energy lasers are no longer science fiction. They're being built today. But these advancements raise critical questions. Who controls the machines? How do we prevent escalation? Can innovation keep up with ethics? From the muddy trenches of World War I to the invisible codes of cyber warfare, the evolution of US military technology is a story of relentless ambition. Every breakthrough has changed the way battles are fought and the way peace is maintained. As we look toward an uncertain future, one thing is clear: technology will continue to define the battlefield. But it's not just about having the most powerful weapons. It's about using them wisely, ethically, and responsibly. Because in the end, real strength lies not just in firepower, but in foresight. Thank you for exploring this journey with us. If you found this fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more deep dives into the technology shaping our world.